introduce everybody. Violeta is from Unbabel. Unbabel, I don't know how many of you guys know the tool or not, but Unbabel is a translation tool. Maybe I'll let you each do your own introduction in just a second, but so actually, yeah, we'll do that. I'll let you do your proper company introduction as I ask you your first question. Kyle is a co-founder of Userfeed. He came all the way from Atlanta. Actually, you guys are organized in distance from destination. So Violeta came from Portugal, Kyle came from Atlanta, and Nico from Typeform came all the way from San Francisco for this event. So I guess I'll...
Awesome. So Nicolas from Typeform, where I'm working as a developer advocate. How many of you have used Typeform before? All right. So we have an Intercom app, so you should probably use the Intercom app. For those of you that don't know what we do at Typeform, we are giving you tools to create interactive experiences to talk with your customers and your prospects, asking a lot of questions through forms, and now through videos with our new product called Video Ask.
Hi, everyone. As Jeff said, I'm Kyle, co-founder of Userfeed. We're one of the few apps built entirely on Intercom, so our entire business is on Intercom. So we have a kind of an interesting perspective in that regard. But we started it, we're Intercom customers first, and then we built it for ourselves to help us organize and close the loop on product feedback that we were getting through Intercom. So that's what Userfeed does. But yeah, I'm excited to be here. So thanks for having us.
It's all good. Yeah, so I'm Violeta. I'm a partnership manager at Unbabel. And basically, Unbabel allows Intercom's customers to become multilingual. And so we focus solely on written communication, and we focus on customer success.
Try you guys mics again? I saw the sound guy walking. Oh, nice. Okay.
Yes.
Excellent. All right, we have 3 mics. Okay, so the first question I want to ask, and I'm going to get responses from all 3 of you guys because I think the answers are going to be very different, and it's kind of different stages of businesses. You guys target slightly different customer bases, all those things. So I think each answer is going to be different and interesting. So why did you guys decide to build on Intercom in the first place? Like, what was the catalyst beyond me bothering you, or in you guys' case, you didn't even have to have me bother you? But yeah, I'd love to hear from each of you. I guess maybe let's start with you, Violeta.
Awesome. So basically, we were, flirting with the idea of integrating with Intercom. And luckily, one of our customers, Moniz, actually came to us and they're like, hey, we use Intercom and we use Unbabel. It would be great if you guys joined the dots. And so that's when conversations with Jeff started. And luckily, Moniz actually paid for the integration to be built. And that for us is amazing, obviously. And so, yeah, so we soon started the partnership after that and working closely with Jeff and the whole team to build the integration up. So we were quite lucky in that aspect.
Yeah, I guess I already alluded to this a little bit, but we started building on Intercom before the messenger, before all the stuff you saw here existed. Kind of right, we just timed it by chance, but we were building something internally to help us track stuff we were getting in conversations, because we love, like, we were an Intercom customer and we were getting so much good feedback when we would converse with our customers, and we wanted an easy way to stash it and prioritize, and then also tell people when we actually ship those things. And we looked around and we weren't too happy with what we saw, and we started building a little thing. Then they released the Messenger app platform like a month later, so we just quickly pulled that in, and then we launched about a month or 2 after that. So we've been on since we've been on since the early days, which was like a whopping year ago or so. But a lot has changed. It's been really good working with them. But yeah, that's kind of the origin story for us.
Yeah, on our case, the company has been around for quite some years, five years, which a lot in a startup world. We've been a nice form solution, but we were at a stage that we can't just be a form solution on our own. We had to be connected with other solutions. And when Jeff reached out to us of, hey, we have a new thing coming up, we took it as the opportunity to be one of the first app listed. There is only one time that a marketplace is going to launch. It's at the beginning. Next, you will be in the pile and at the bottom of the list of many other apps that are going to be launched. So we took it as the opportunity to be one of the first and try this framework. So we will also expose our Typeform brand there. A lot of the integrations we have is mainly moving data from Typeform to another service. This was also interesting because it was another type of integration that we wanted to explore, but mainly being the first.
Cool. So I guess I'll start with you, Nico, on this question. But I'd love to hear just a little bit about sort of the, like I alluded to it before, you were the fastest at building an app and that sort of thing. But I'd love to hear just like the experience technically of building an app, and if you've got comparisons with, I know you've built a ton of different apps for different services, like the comparisons between building on Intercom and building other places. And don't pull any punches. I won't hit you. Just like cut us to the bone if you have to. But I'd love to hear the comparison.
Yes. So as I said, my work is being a developer advocate. I'm helping the developer that want to build on top of Typeform. I try to attract people to our platform. But also I'm the example I gave when we had a chat in San Francisco. I'm like the guy that goes into the jungle with a machete and try to explore what could be done in this jungle. And then there's a product team that comes with a big army of people that can do a lot of good things, and they have a designer, they have processes. In the case of this integration with Intercom, because of the framework you gave before, because of the Canva kit and all the tools like this, I didn't have to talk with any designer on our team. I was able, just by myself, to create quickly a first prototype that was working, and that was already like the app we have today. And that was very valuable on how we can iterate and how we can ship faster. So that was, for us, a good point.
One note that I'll also add is that does your app still run on Glitch?
Oh, yes.
It's amazing. So his app just totally runs on Glitch. There's no like back-end service that Typeform has to keep up and running. He's just handling everything through a Glitch app that just runs pretty much continuously in the background.
Yeah, so if you don't know Glitch is an online editor that provides you an IDE where you can edit the code, but also a server running. And because the framework is just a bunch of API calls and, I have an action, what do you send me back? We didn't have to work on the UI, and we didn't have to work on a complex backend either. So it was easy to iterate, and nowadays, because it's on Glitch, it's live. Whenever someone reports a bug, I fix the bug in the code, and I don't have to deploy it. It is deployed instantly, which could be crazy, which might not be the best practice. But again, I'm the guy with the machete in the jungle, and I don't deal with those things.
Kyle, any other additions or thoughts from your end?
Yeah, I guess, yeah, like I said, we started before the Messenger APIs were available. And I actually built an app on an app on Intercom way back in like 2013 or 2014 too. So that's kind of what I was coming from when we first started. So when they released the Messenger APIs with all the UI components, it was like, this is amazing. I definitely tend toward backend as a developer. So to have like a nice set of good-looking components that match the styling that are kind of just provided for you is really nice. And I'm sure as a platform is nice because the customer experience, the teammate experience is like consistent. And that's something that's been like been good to see evolve. Like from as a partner, like we've been able to have conversations about what components are missing or what sort of elements of designing an app are missing, and that's when you see things like the app designer that has come out now, and a few more components have come out. So that's been amazing. There's always, I guess, it's actually nice for me to have kind of a constrained set of UI, so that's been nice relative to like other apps or other services I've built on, like Atlassian, like has a lot of powerful stuff, but it's also there's a lot of moving parts, and the UI kind of there's some guidelines, but it's still kind of a free-for-all. So, and also it's a little easier to get in touch with people at Intercom, it seems, and that's been really valuable for us since we're entirely built on Intercom. So building a close partnership has been key. But yeah, I would say when it launched, it was solid already, and it's been great kind of working with them to evolve it, and then having them sort of give some suggestions, some guidelines to help us come up with workflows and UIs that make sense.
Awesome. Violeta, I know you didn't actually build the Unbabel app, but I don't know, is there any other things you'd like to add on that end? Or
Yeah, so I work with, we integrate with other systems. And to reiterate what Kyle said, it's just been a really seamless experience. And from a partnership side, Jeff and the whole team make it really easy for me that don't understand anything technical to pass the information on to our development team and to our product team. And so that really makes my job much easier. And I think, I asked the development team if they had anything that they wanted me to say on their behalf. And they just said, it was so easy, so seamless. The whole team's always available anytime, Slack, whatever. And I think, for anyone building integration, that makes the whole difference.
So now everybody's just totally convinced that we're just paying you to say all this stuff. So the next question is going to be two-part. One, I'd love to hear sort of from a partner perspective, we kind of talked about the origin and how you got started up, but tell us a little bit about what are you hoping to extract from this? And the second part of that question is what has not gone so well so far?
Yeah, I can kick things off. I kind of think that when we started this partnership, we kind of played it by ear and we kind of did it a bit together. I felt like the team was always, if I would suggest something, they would say, hey, maybe let's do it this way or the other way around. And we're always working with our partnership hand on hand, which I think, it's not only one of the teams saying, hey, we're going to do it this way, and that's been super great in terms of the partnership stuff that we've done together. I think it's always a question, super important to have some FaceTime with the team. I like to go and visit the team in San Francisco and Dublin and London, get to know the AEs, get to know who's actually selling our product. We want the team to get to know everything about Unbabel so that if they have, a potential partner or a potential client, then they can come to us directly and have that open relationship with us. We do a lot of co-marketing activities together. We did PR launches. I know Intercom's launching some new exciting things. They've come to us to partner with them for that as well. And so just always having that open relationship, I think has been really great, really helpful. We've been to events, I'm here. Last week, someone from the sales team went to our event in Lisbon. And so, yeah, it's just been really, really great experience.
Nothing's gone wrong, really?
Really? No.
Awesome.
So far.
Great. So far.
So yeah, I think the first part was about why Intercom, sort of why
what we're getting out of it. Yeah.
So I kind of mentioned why we started building Userfeed. It was for our own business as a customer, but the reason I guess we like Intercom anyway, and the reason we built an app on top is because so many people are pushing their customer data in. You have so many sort of a really strong foundation of all this data about your customers. So it makes a lot of sense to have feedback built around that for us. You can not only know that someone asked for something, but who are they? What do they represent? What plans are they on? What companies do they represent to your business? So that's literally what we're getting out of it is we can pull that data out and put it right next to the feedback that you're getting, so you can actually see those things side by side. And from the messenger standpoint, one thing that really bothers me as a customer of other products is when I try to give feedback or I try to ask about something that I've asked about before, and the support people either don't have any context of what I've asked about, or they tell me to go to some other website and tell them again what I just told them. So we wanted, as a business, we wanted to avoid that for our customers. So we started, that's where the messenger, within a conversation, we can do all that without leaving. And we can see past requests that we're with the people that we're talking to. And so we're not going to ask them, expose ourselves as not knowing what they already want, which I think is pretty important. So that's why Intercom was a perfect fit for this. In terms of the partnership and sort of, I guess, what's gone wrong. I mean, one thing that I think I think I throw wrenches around a lot, as a developer, especially early on, going to different support, on different domains of Intercom, I was chatting to support about different stuff and make all these people at Intercom have to answer my questions. And
meaning to talk to you about that.
Yeah. And then now there's a community forum, so I started doing it there. So I think I've wreaked a little bit of havoc in that way, but I think it's been cool to see the evolution of not only the APIs and the platform itself, but the team behind the platform at Intercom and how we can work together. So I would say it started off you guys are trying to figure that out too, it seemed, but it's definitely there. Especially events like this are huge, right? to get with other people developing on the platform, to talk to the team behind the platform, is great. So I would anyone out there who might be building an app soon, I would definitely recommend like grabbing someone's ear at Intercom while you're here, because it's definitely valuable to have that access.
I'll just add really quickly, we love the Havoc. So if anybody ever feels bad about that, don't. That's our job, is to like take in all that feedback from support people, from the forum, from whatever. So like fire all that stuff at us and don't ever feel bad about it. So that includes you.
All right. Be careful what you wish for.
Yeah. So on our side, I think it was a natural fit. You mentioned the numbers you have on the small businesses. This is the people we target as well. So we were hoping to eventually get more eyeballs on our product and more signups from it. But also another number you mentioned that also we've seen is on the retention. So whenever we see someone integrating Typeform plus another app, we see them stick more. And so we try to maximize this number. If they have one app integrated with their form, it's already better than if they had none. And if they have three, this is the best. So that was our hope. It was try to get them to use it. And then on the thing that didn't really work well, I think it's more on our side. You did really a lot of support for us, like helping up on the PR stuff. And I feel on the other side, we haven't done much. So we should be catching up and try to promote it a bit more. And again, as you all said, the disponibility and the availability of the whole team was amazing.
Great to hear. All right, thank you guys for coming again. And again, sign up out there if you want to talk to Zach and I about apps. Grab us now if you want, or if you want early access to the new APIs we're putting out. Thank you all again for coming.